Hello everybody. Let's see one more beautiful ADAS functionality called surround view camera system. The the name itself gives you a clear idea what exactly this surround view camera system is. This functionality is also referred to as bird's eye view car camera or surround view camera system. The 360-degree view car camera is collection of devices that work together to provide a car a real-time view of surroundings of the car. Understand this very carefully. This sentence is the very important in this particular definition. This provides a real-time view of the surroundings of the car. If you switch on this functionality, you will clearly see your surroundings in the real time as you are driving the car. It's not necessary that you are driving only in the forward gear or reverse gear. In any gear, anytime, if you switch on this functionality, you will see a bird's eye view, a top view of your surroundings. And this view is projected directly onto the dashboard hardware, usually the infotainment system. Okay, I'll clearly elaborate when we come to the concern slide. But as of now, you remember, this will give you a very clear-cut idea about your surroundings. And how it will give, I will explain. The surrounding view camera system software displays the vehicle and its surroundings so that it looks like the car is being filmed by a drone from directly above. Understand this sentence very clearly. Just imagine your car is going on the road and there is a drone which is filming your car from the above, which is filming a aerial view of your car from the above. So how does it look? Now look at this particular picture on the right top side. This is giving a aerial view. It gives you clearly the surroundings. Where exactly is the pavement, where exactly is the gate, where exactly is the side. All these things are very clearly being displayed. So the final, it requires a bit of imagination here. Okay, it requires a bit of imagination. I want all of you to understand very carefully. Just imagine a drone with a camera is filming your car from the top. So how will the view look like? Exactly the same view will be displayed onto your dashboard. Okay, the image screen is also split to display the vehicle's top view on one side of the screen and also the front rear side view on the screen. Okay, so depending on your choice, you can also see the top view, or if you don't want the top view, you can even see just the front side, which is shown here, just the front side, and also the 360-degree panorama view. How does this system work? I want all of you to see this drawing very carefully. Okay, let me take a pointer, a laser pointer, so that it's very easily understandable for all of you. Four cameras, or rather five cameras, one, two, three, four, five cameras are installed surrounding the car, and these five cameras are live telecasting or live recording the surroundings. And it is as if these five views or four views are stitched together and then displayed onto your dashboard. Okay, now understand this word stitched together. For the lack of the right word, I'm using the word stitched, but you have to understand these four views are merged and made into a top view, and that top view is projected onto your dashboard so that you can clearly see the surroundings. For example, if you are in traffic jam, if you want to have a aerial view, you will clearly see how close are all the surrounding cars. Maybe there's one car behind you, there's one car beside you, on the left side, on the right side. So if you switch on this particular view, you will clearly understand how close are your other cars in reference to your car, so that you can clearly gauge how safe it is to drive the car at a given velocity. Okay, see this, cameras must have the ability to view a vast area, so most of the cameras in such system have a wide lens up to 180 degree. So field of view of cameras used in this particular functionality, they have a wide field of view. For example, this particular camera which is lying on the front, with this camera which is on the mirror. Now this is the camera number 4 and 5 in this drawing. See this particular camera, this camera is camera number 4 and camera number 5. And again, there is a rear view camera here. This is the camera number 3 here. So all these cameras have their own field of view, and these 4 views are stitched together or merged together to form a bird's eye view, and that particular bird's eye view is projected onto your dashboard. Okay, I will show you a video which will clearly elaborate on what exactly this 360 degrees surrounding view camera is. The 4 wide cameras create images and instruments of the car, and these pictures are concurrently sent to ECU of the surround view system host, in which they are processed for correction and stitched together to generate real-time perspective of the environment of the vehicle, as if from above there is a camera hovering right above the car. This is what I have been emphasizing all along. Suppose this is your car. Suppose this is your car, and this is the front view. This is the rear camera. This is the left camera. This is the right camera. All these 4 views, are merged together and displayed onto the dashboard. Understand this very carefully, as if there is a camera hovering right above the car. If you understand this particular sentence, you will automatically understand what exactly this rear this 360 degree surrounding view camera is. But again, let me show you in the video.
Hey, I'm Miles Brandman and you're watching Ride. In today's video, I'm going to explain what a 360 degree camera is and why it's useful. Now, before I explain how it works, I will say that 360 degree cameras are called different things by different automakers. Some call them bird's eye view, top view, surround view, whatever branded term that automaker has chosen, but they're effectively all the same system. It is a top view of your vehicle projected by the linking of 4 different cameras together. So you've got the camera in the front grille, one under each door mirror, so right and left, and then the camera that's usually embedded in the trunk. And all 4 of those cameras, the images are projected and knit together to create what it might look like if you were over your car looking down. It will put an image of the vehicle in the middle of those 4 cameras. Now, there are a few different ways a surround view camera can be of assistance. Here, in a perpendicular parking situation, or really this is more of an angle, it will help me see that I'm right between the grid lines and not too far off on one side or the other. So I can reference the surround view monitor here and make sure that I'm just going to be right between those lines and not going to upset my parking neighbors to the left or right. I can also use the front view camera in this instance to make sure I'm not going to get too close to the curb, and especially at an angle like this, I don't want to be rubbing up just on the right-hand side. This is really helpful, and I'm in the spot perfectly. Now let's say I botched this park job, as we all have at some point, and I come in and I'm thinking I'm doing just fine, but then I hear something. It's the proximity sensors telling me that I'm too close to an object in front of me. But I don't know what they're referencing if it's just the proximity sensor. But with a 360 degree camera, I can see that, oh, look at that. I am way too close to this car just to my left. So I'm going to need to back up and try again. Yet another use for one of these systems would be backing up. So yes, I've got the left and right hand bird's eye view showing me, well, in this case, that my neighbor is a little outside their line. But in this case, we're checking the grid lines. So these yellow lines that are in some cases stationary, but in this particular system, they're dynamic, as in they're bending to show me where the projected course is for my wheels and my whole vehicle. So you can see them bending here, and that's the line that I'm following. I'm satisfied with my reversing.
Now understand this carefully. Here, the author of this particular video is telling that this not only gives you a bird's eye view, this also gives you a probable trajectory of where you are going with the help of those lines which is projected on the dashboard. Okay, right. Sorry.
Where the projected course is for my wheels following. I'm satisfied with my reversing. Pull forward. And this system's cool. It'll even show you driving forward which angle my wheels are headed. Left, right, straight. Last and perhaps most useful, parallel parking. In this case, we don't want to be hitting the curbs and scraping up our wheels. And we also don't want to hit clearly. The cars in front of us or behind us. I happen to have found very generously portioned parallel parking spot here where I've got plenty of time, but now I'm knowing, all right, I'm getting real close to the curb, so I want to crank that wheel, line up perfectly, and stop right there. You know what? I want to get really nitpicky, so I'm going to go into one of these additional views and see that that is just too much space between me and the curb. So I'm going to crank it a little more, get closer, and then I'm going to crank it back. Oh yeah, that's what I like to see. Right on top of it. That is how you use a 360-degree camera, my friends. And with that, you've seen what a 360 camera is and why it's useful. This has been Ride. I'm Miles Brandon. Thank you so much for watching.
The system provides support while parking in a space and maneuvering. For example, in confined and difficult to see driving.
This is one more video. This also gives you a very clear picture about what exactly this rear view, 360-degree camera can do.
Situations. For this purpose, multiple cameras all around the vehicle provide information to the system. The system automatically switches the perspective depending on the situation. If desired, the perspective can also be manually selected. Based on this information, the onboard electronics compute additional camera perspectives. This makes it possible to optimally represent the parking or maneuvering procedure on the control display with computer-generated 3D views. A freely movable camera enables the representation from different perspectives. Furthermore, additional camera functions for displaying the vicinity can be selected. The rear view camera for displaying the area behind the vehicle. And the panorama view for displaying crossing traffic, for example, at intersections and exit ramps. In addition, various assistance functions, for example, an overlay of guidelines, enable more self-assured maneuvering in the most confined spaces. The representation of the vehicle and its vicinity from the various camera perspectives makes every parking and maneuvering procedure even safer.
Okay, all of you got what exactly this camera is and what exactly it is capable of doing? Hope so. Hello everybody. Let's briefly touch upon the general ADAS architecture of surrounding view camera system. Now let me take a pen so that you can have one-to-one correlation. Now the environment is simple. The car surrounding, the environment surrounding the car at 360 degrees. This is the environment. This is the sensor layer, the 4 cameras. As you can see, I am mentioning only 4 cameras. There are no radars, there are no lidars, there are no ultrasonic sensors, because this is strictly gives you a visual idea, a visual picture of the surroundings. That is the reason only cameras are the predominant sensors here. Now, what is this perception layer? Perception layer is the layer which detects the traffic, which detects the surrounding traffic and obstacle detection. And what is the decision making layer? It is the decision making layer which makes sure whether it has to inform the driver or not. For example, in the previous video, you saw as the vehicle is approaching the curb of another car, it made a slight beep sound. Okay, but if the if the vehicle is at a safe parking place, whether it's your parallel parking or your reverse parking, if the vehicle is sure or the computer is sure that there is no impending collision, then it won't actually warn you. So that is where decision making comes. But it is always given that irrespective of the situation, whether collision is impending or not impending, the visual display will be there in this functionality. In this functionality, visual display is inevitable. Okay, now next is the actuation layer. In this actuation layer, the display is clearly displayed on the instrument panel or the dashboard, whichever name you want to use, you can use it. So this is the general ADAS architecture. Okay, general ROS architecture of the 360 degree surround view camera functionality. Thank you.